Next stop is Pleasant Brook. Next stop is Pleasant Brook.
The new policy says you gotta use the microphone.
The hell with the new policy. This is how I call the stations. Next stop is Pleasant Brook.
You two are arguing again.
My father and my grandfather, they both worked this line. You know, the Bernardinis are famous for the way they announce the stations. You know who taught my grandfather how to call the stations, do you? Mario Lanza.
Who's he?
I don't know. But you ask anybody, riders can pick out a Bernardini voice on any train in the Northeast Corridor. It's in our blood. Like the Flying Melendas, the Kennedys, the Brooks brothers. Hey, it's genetic.
You're just like my father. Trained people are so damn stubborn.
Oh, sure, Miss Change here. Cons the union into letting her work part-time so she can go to law school. She don't even care about this job, Bake. All she wants to do is get her law degree, and then she's out of here.
What are you talking about? You hate this job.
I got news for you, sweetheart. I'm a union man. I love my job. It's just doing it that I hate. Listen, Brooke!
You know, Sal could be a hard hit. But you know why? Because he's threatened by new ideas.
Right, the wheel, the printing press.
Paula, you've got a law career ahead of you. For him, this train is the whole enchilada. So go easy on him, huh?
Yeah, right.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Go home and resent me now. Morning, Vic. Paula. Well, how was the marriage re-encounter this weekend? Nightmare. First, they make us all meet in a neutral place, right? They choose a neighborhood recycling center. Now, there's something very wrong about trying to renew your marriage vows in a recycling center. The shrink hates me from the get-go. So there I sit, surrounded by tons of flattened cardboard boxes and a mountain of Diet Dr. Pepper cans in a room full of bitter women staring at me like I was the next Jimmy Swaggart. Primo nightmare.
Did it work?
You know, I got to admit it did. I mean, the shrink was very good. We talked, did some therapy exercises. She showed me how Janet really is special. She's my wife, my partner, the woman I've shared the last 7 years of my life with. We laughed, we cried, had some wine, and went home and made love in a way that I thought we never could again. It was unbelievably passionate. I saw her as a whole new woman.
How did you manage that?
I pretended I didn't know her.
Hey, Sal, you know, I was thinking you ought to go to night school. The company pick up the tab and you might get something out of it.
Well, that's a good idea.
Nah, I got terrible memories of school. In high school, my guidance counselor, she told me I had a learning disability.
What?
She said I was stupid. So I enlisted. I figured the Army could teach me a skill I could use in civilian life.
What did you learn?
How to defuse neutron chemical landmines.
Bet that comes in handy.
You never know.
Wow.
Let's get this show on the road.
Happy Monday, Sam. Whose car were you driving this morning?
Don't ask. My battery died, so I had to drive my daughter's car. She's got this license plate holder that says, "So many men, so little time."
You remember on Friday, Jack left his checkbook behind?
Jack Trainer, who sits here every day?
Yeah. I didn't know how to reach him, but on Saturday I ran into Bob Larkin, the guy that works with him. He told me Jack was fired.
He was fired?
Yep, 3 weeks ago.
But he's been on the train the last 3 weeks.
That's right. So I got the number, called his house. His wife answered the phone. I didn't say anything, figuring maybe they didn't want anybody else to know about it. She said I could give him the checkbook on the train today, or have it sent to his office.
That's weird.
He's worked for the same bank for what? 25 years?
25.
Well, maybe he's going for interviews.
That's what I was thinking. But he's been acting like nothing has happened.
Is he gonna get on today?
His wife thinks so.
Station is Roxbury. Roxbury is the next station. Stop! Roxbury.
Hey, Sal.
The executives ride this train too, you know. They expect you to follow the rules, so use the mic.
I can't talk into no microphone, Bake, not in front of people.
Roxbury, this station is Roxbury. Please stand clear of the moving doors.
She sounds like Max Headroom.
Now, sit down. You're a smart guy.
Think so?
Yeah. Paula doesn't have half your life experience. She's intellectual.
Yeah, I bet she puts those little lines to her sevens. Gotta hate that.
Now, here's what you do. You just pick up the mic, talk into it. Just be yourself. Eh?
Yeah. Thanks, Bake.
This is how I get on my train every morning.
Morning, Elaine. What is this?
It's a video for my daughter, Chelsea. It's not my idea. It's her psychiatrist's. He seems to think that it's going to ease her separation anxiety by showing her where I go when I abandon her every morning. She suffers a tremendous amount of outrage.
At what?
Nuclear waste, sexual politics, static cling. And this is Mommy's train, sweetheart. She gets on it every morning for her ride to the city, and the law office that she works so hard and sacrificed so much of her joyful youth to get a job in. And these are the nice people that I go to work with every day. Sam, why don't you tell Chelsea's kindergarten class what you do?
I've been in the exterminating business for 35 years.
You sound like a late-night commercial.
He eradicates vermin. He's what we call a self-made man. Oh, and speaking of vermin, children.
Are you going to tell her about us?
Us? This is for kindergarten children, Ted. I want to give them a reason to live.
You deny the chemistry between us?
Emphatically.
You refuse to admit what happens between us on this train every evening?
Ted, it's 7:30 Monday morning. My libido is still in rapid eye movement.
Time to buy your monthly tickets.
What about your big marriage renewal this weekend? Your wife?
Don't you have anything smaller?
I'll bet he does.
Station is Hadleyville! Hadleyville is the next station!
Was that too loud?
I think they heard it on the train that just passed.
It's hopeless, Bake. I'm quitting.
Pretty what?
Sal's got stage fright about using the new mic.
I hate these things, Ginger.
Sal, I'm an actress. I can help you with that. Hi, you guys.
Hi.
Morning. I'll get you coffee for you.
Oh, no caffeine, nada. I saw my nutritionist yesterday. Boy, was he depressing. Did you know that death begins in the colon?
Well, you gotta start somewhere.
Big commercial audition today. A national. Picture this. I'm all in white in a field of beautiful flowers, and this medieval hunk sees me from across a misty river, and he starts swimming towards me, fighting off alligators and pirates and lightning and getting stabbed and finally dying in my loving arms. It's for a laxative. Franklin, station stop is Franklin.
This is Jack's station.
What's everybody looking at?
Oh, I think it's awful.
Jack got fired a couple weeks ago, but he's been going into work like nothing's happened.
Station is Franklin. Franklin is the station stop.
Now, when Jack gets on, everybody act normal.
Bake's right. The man is probably an emotional time bomb.
Ooh, here he comes!
Normal, everybody.
Hi, Jack!
Good morning.
How's it going, Jack?
It's fine, considering it's Monday. Sam, you got the sports section there?
Seen the classifieds?
How's work, Jack?
Oh, it's the usual. You know, office intrigue, high finance, the copier's down.
What a shame.
Wow.
What next?
Oh, that's look at the way he's lying to us. To himself. It's so sad. This will really outrage Chelsea.
We've got to get Jack to tell us.
I say it's none of our business.
All in the breathing. Breathe from deep down. Use your diaphragm, Sal.
Guys don't use diaphragms, Ginger.
Everybody's got a diaphragm, Sal. Relax. Now listen. We method actors use our own experiences. Happy, sad. Think of an experience that's deeply troubling to you. What are you thinking about?
Life.
Narrow it down, Sal.
When I'm awake.
Next and last stop is Grand Central. Grand Central Station.
So what do we do?
We get him to say it out loud. Things are always easier when you hear yourself saying them out loud.
Nice. Psychology by Big Bird.
You know, I think I've got an idea how we can get Jack to face up to what has happened to him. But we need everybody in on it.
Grand Central. Station is Grand Central. It's my mother's fault. Stop is Grand Central. Watch your step getting off the train. She wouldn't let me play football. She said it would ruin my table manners. I didn't have any table manners.
I'm getting off the train and I'm going to my office. With any luck, I won't be molested before I get there.
And if you are, at least you'll have it on tape.
You're gonna get this job.
Of course you will.
Right. How's Sal doing with the microphone?
Okay. I've got him using it as if he was talking to some of his friends.
Sal doesn't have any friends.
My name is Salvatore G. Bernardini. The G is for Joseph. I mean, it's for Giuseppe, but that always sounds like to me like some kind of tropical fish. Oh, the 555 to Watertown, I believe, in track 34 in 5 minutes. Nice talking to you, and hey, take it easy.
Hey, you're right. The first thing we gotta do is get Jack to admit the truth to us.
Oh, no, not the truth. So inflexible.
No, thank you very much. I did not get the part. Some blonde Amazonian bimbo with a Teflon brain and foot-long lashes got it.
Next time, Ginger.
Probably all for the best. My mother sees me in a laxative commercial, she'd have an aneurysm. My mother denies the existence of a toilet in her house. She has it covered in some kind of shag carpeting like it's an ottoman or something sitting in the bathroom. Oh, gosh. Am I talking about myself again? Oh, it's the worst habit I have. I mean, I have a lot of bad habits, but of all of them, talking about myself is the one I really am
Ginger, may I
trying
say
to
something
work on.
personal?
Of course.
Shut up.
Thank you.
What a day. One of our clients comes home, finds his wife in bed with another man, and goes and shoots the other man's lawyer. Now tell me that law is not a dangerous profession.
Law is not a dangerous profession.
And I was thinking about Jack all day. A man with no identity.
He has an identity, unemployed.
The 555 to Watertown is now departing track 34. All aboard.
Deal me in. Make mine a double, Bake. Just came up with a genius idea today for the bank. Laugh tracks on the instant cash machines.
This is great. Come on, guys, ante up. I'm cooking.
How's work, Jack?
Oh, it's the same old crap.
$5.
You got anything to tell us, Jack?
Quit bothering the guy, will you? Can't you see he's playing cards?
What's the matter?
Take that 10. Oh, come on, we all knew you were fired. Just play the damn game.
You cretin! Couldn't you even allow the man the dignity of telling us himself?
I'm sorry. You have something you want to tell us?
How'd you find out?
Bob Larkin told me.
I wanted to tell you guys, but I don't know how to tell anybody. Okay. I spent the last 3 weeks wandering around New York. Sitting in the park, going to movies.
See anything good? You remember when we first met, Jack? I was working at Forbes McKinnon.
You worked at Forbes McKinnon?
Yeah, I was a vice president. The three of us, Sam, Jack, and me, we used to commute together. I was making the big bucks then. I was such a big executive, my wife had heart attacks. When she died, I quit. After a while, I decided to do something romantic and ride the rails. These rails? It isn't the grapes of wrath. But the point is, Jack, when Meg died, I was at a loss, too.
Big, you quit. I was...
You were fired.
I am what I do. I have been my job for 35 years. I haven't even told my wife, for God's sake.
You want me to talk to her?
Why don't you just throw yourself off the back of the train?
Listen, guys, I'm scared. I mean, what does a man do when he can't function in society any longer?
Well, you know what the Eskimos do when they can't hunt for the tribe anymore? They set themselves on an ice floe and wait for a polar bear to eat them.
Go to Florida instead.
Just walk away from all of this.
How, Bake? I love the banking business.
Just think of it as a new opportunity.
Yeah, to do the things we can't.
Jack, what were you going to do when you retired?
I've got a cabin in Idaho.
But go to the cabin, relax, and fish.
Yeah. Spend my time longing to be doing what you guys are doing.
What we're doing here is busting our butts.
Look at us. We're mired in this rat race.
Will you look at me? I've been thinking of ways of killing bugs for 35 years. And you know the most successful product I ever came up with? Adult roach motels.
That's nothing. Do you know what it's like leaving your child every morning? I come home from work to find her calling a woman who's targeted by a Salvadoran death squad Mommy. I'm her mother, not some Sandinista.
Here, babe.
Take a hike.
You think I like my life? I spent $20,000 learning how to speak like an Elizabethan, so I can go to some crackpot audition for the Three Sisters set after the nuclear holocaust! That was great! Edgar! I can use that! Wait, what was I doing with my hands? Was it like that? No.
What about me? I work 40 hours a week so my wife can shop. I saw a PBS special the other night about how after you die, your nails and your hair keep growing. Well, that's how it's going to be with Janet, except she's going to keep shopping. She'll have a heart attack and die in the middle of Bloomingdale's, but she'll keep shopping for another 30 minutes. I hate my life! Some days I wake up, I look in the mirror, and I hate what I see. I want to do good for other people. For the poor, the handicapped.
Franklin, station is Franklin.
You know, I like this train. Always been the best part of the day for me. It's a demilitarized zone, a haven between work and home. But the rest of it, you're right. The hell with it. I'm going up to my cabin and I'm going to fly fish till I drop.
That's the spirit,
Hey, Ginger. Ginger, you take my place at the table, huh? Don't work too hard, guys.
What are you guys talking about?
The stuff we just said about ourselves. Bake decided we should say that just to make Jack feel better.
You didn't think we were serious, did you?
Of course not.
Wait a minute. It was true what you said about yourself, wasn't it?
What I said? Are you kidding me?
You mean you really do want to work with the handicapped?
Yeah, golfers. Bake filled me in on the scheme before you guys got on the train. Didn't you, Bake?
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. On the house.
Hey, thanks, Bake.
Hey, to Jack.
To Jack.
Jack.
Must be rough going home to a manless family every night.
How do you find it?
Chickens, please!
For the love of their country, they refused to leave when the U.S. surrendered Bataan to the Japanese in 1942. Over 100 women became prisoners of war, some suffering unspeakable atrocities. Only courage and hope kept them together. Women of Valor, immediately following Everything's Relative, next on CBS.
stop is Pleasant Brook!
The new policy says you gotta use the microphone.
The hell with the new policy. This is how I call the stations. Next stop is Pleasant Brook.
You two are arguing again.
My father and my grandfather, they both worked this line. You know, the Bernardinis are famous for the way they announce the stations. You know who taught my grandfather how to call the stations, do you? Mario Lanza.
Who's he?
I don't know. But you ask anybody, riders can pick out a Bernardini voice on any train in the Northeast Corridor. It's in our blood, like the Flying Melendas, the Kennedys, the Brooks brothers. Hey, it's genetic.
You're just like my father. Trained people are so damn stubborn.
Oh, sure, Miss Change here. Cons the union into letting her work part-time so she can go to law school. She don't even care about this job, Bake. All she wants to do is get her law degree, and then she's out of here.
What are you talking about? You hate this job.